Hello, everyone. This is Talks with Tubbs. Today's episode, we're gonna be talking about origin and life stories, and just overall, the stuff we went through, during the earlier parts of life, and just see what we learned from those experiences, and how it grew us as people. So, this is my guest chair. Introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Diego Ken, and I'm a freshman here at Lynn University, and a very excited guest here on Talks and Tobes.
Thank you, Diego. Thank you. We appreciate you for coming. So, what was life like for you before college? Like what was your personality like, and who are you as a person compared to who you are now in college?
Um, really, before I got here, I was a much more introverted person. I didn't like to go out a lot. I didn't like to interact with a lot of people. I had like a couple of friends who I actually like really hang out with, or would really talk to. I spent a lot of my time just like playing video games, working out, just chilling. Um, But since I got here into this new environment, new people, new atmosphere, um, I think I really started to change, um, a shift into a more outgoing, more social, more active person. And it's been a series of events that's led to my shift in I'd say development or evolution of my personality. Um, Things like the pandemic, which started in my ninth grade year, um, like hurricanes Maria that happened like in middle school, devastated my islands. And just generally being in a new environment, wanting to new environment, I want to become a new person, evolve. I think um when the pandemic hit, being an introverted person, I was excited. I thought I'd get a couple of weeks out of school. I could sit at home, just watch movies and stuff. And then it was like 2 years, and throughout those 2 years, I felt like really bad. Like I was sick all the time. I kind of miss hanging out with some of my friends. Um, and I wasn't eating the way I should have. I wasn't taking care of myself the way I should have. I was always like tired and drained. My sleep schedule was horrible. Um, and so that really like put an emphasis on me in my mind, like, hey, my health is wealth, and that I need to be active in my lifestyle. I shouldn't be, passenger in my own life. And so going on throughout that, I decided that I would take up, working out more. I would start practicing more sports. I'll go to the gym. Um, I also joined a lot of clubs and organizations. I did a lot of volunteer work in my community. Um, and I met a lot of people, made a lot of friends, and I now feel, I'm more active today. I feel more healthy and, stronger, better.
That's good, man. That's good. Like it's good to feel good about yourself. It's good to develop healthy habits when you're younger, and you're still young. Like you're 19, turning 20, so you're still young.
I'm 18 turning 19 now.
Y- Well, you're still a young guy.
Yeah.
Like you're developing healthy habits early. I wish that was the case for me when I was in high school, because in high school I was like you. I was very shy, timid, introverted, and a bit overweight, but not too overweight though. But when I got to college, I still had a little bit pounds on me, just from COVID, but it took me a while to. It didn't take me that long to shed up, but I had to change quite a few habits about my health, and my mental health, because growing up, I was like you, wasn't really disciplined with my health. I never really took it that serious. So I had to build healthy habits, maintain a good healthy stamina, and just a healthy living style. I had to change what I ate every day. So I had to get rid of fried food, sugar. I mean, not get rid of sugar completely. I still eat ice cream on special occasions, but very, very low portion. But I don't eat cereal. I don't eat burgers. I don't eat Taco Bell, like I don't even need like anything like fried food. I don't even need like waffles or pancakes no more. And I'm fine with that. Like it's good to like get rid of it. Like me, like I like eating more like, veggies and like, just like, lean stuff. But that was just the first step in like improving myself. The other was, developing great social skills. Like with me, like I actually learned that from like, hanging around like, cousins and like, close family friends. Like I learned more from family than I do like, actual friends that I'm gonna meet in school. Like I learned how to be just like, very calm, like, use like I learned how to like, embrace my humor to a certain extent, like, social wise, but sometimes like I just like, keep it simple and just like keep it like, very, very like calm and like, chill. I don't like to like, show too much personality because I don't want people to get the wrong impression. Like like you said yourself, like you're very like, introverted. I feel like I'm that way like till this day. Like I'm introverted to a certain extent because I don't want to show too much of my personality like to people. Like I want to like, be myself, but also want to like, keep certain things about myself like, in my pocket, like keep certain things like in my back pocket. So I don't want to like, expose like,
Hmm.
all my secrets.
Yeah, definitely. There's nothing wrong with being introverted. It's really just your personality type. Like,
Yeah.
it's you have to have. For me, I think there needs to be like a balance. Like eudaimonia, like with everything. Um, so it's never good to be too extroverted. You play all your cards. Um, Not everyone has to know everything about you or what you're doing, what you're up to, and everything. Um, and on the opposite end of the spectrum, being introverted, I think people are social creatures. So I think it's important to like um, be with your fellow man, just communicate and stuff. But it's really just about being authentic to yourself, and once you're authentic to yourself, you're true to yourself. Like the energy you radiate, like the vibes you give off, it like bounce back to you. Like people who will match your vibe will come to you. You will surround yourself with them, and anyone who tries to like mess with your vibe, you can sense it, and that's how you know it's time to cut them off. But it's always important to be like authentic and true to yourself. Whether it introverted, extroverted, whatever, just make sure you're true to what you are.
Exactly. Like you're making good points. Like you got to have self respect for yourself. Like you can't just let anyone or anything just like, tell you who you are, like, what you're going to do. You got to have some level of self respect for yourself. And like my parents also taught me this, like, young, still to this day. And like, when I was younger, do not follow anybody. Like, don't follow a crowd. Always stand by what you believe in. Always stand by your values. Always stand by your beliefs. Like it doesn't matter like if they care about like your opinion or not. Like you are your own person. Like stand by what you believe in. Stand by what you value. Stand by what you believe in.
And, that's like something that people often forget. Like I think even today, like I won't be political, but I think a lot of people like sway really easily just by what other people say or what they think, and they don't really think for themselves of what um they should do or what they should think. You know, they hear, oh, this artist is really good. Like they never heard a song, like, oh yeah, that artist is really good. Like you're your own person. You have your own consciousness. You have your own feelings, thoughts. You know, it's the best thing you'll ever have. So use them.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
be, don't follow the crowd. That's always something my mom told me too.
Yeah, exactly. Like I wish I knew this like back in high school. Like I never followed the crowd, but I was always afraid to like, speak my mind about certain things. Whether it's rap, like girls or just like, just anything like, in general.
Hmm.
I always like to like, keep my thoughts like, to myself, like keep certain opinions to myself because I know like this in high school, like no one's really authentic, like no one's really authentic like that. Like some people like, like to like believe in gossip, like to believe in like whispers, and like like to believe what this other guy, what this other girl like says. Like with me, like I just you know give my opinion based on like what I see,
Mm-hmm.
not what I've been hearing for like from a lot of people.
You know, it's really a unique situation. You know, um, especially in like high school settings, because it's things with things like gossip and stuff like that. You hear all these things, and you don't know what all the situation is, and so like with those type of situations, I usually try to stay out of it. I hear what I hear, but I wouldn't get involved. I wouldn't try to spread information if I wasn't there to see it happen or
Yeah,
whatever. Um, I just and plus when you spread gossip, sometimes it can be like really bad energy. It's like I hear this and I really shouldn't take it in, because you take in bad energy, but it's worse to spread bad energy.
exactly, absolutely. That's why I don't like talking about people. Like I don't like talking about people unless I know what's really going on. Because I just don't in general just I just don't like talking about people in general. Like because I want to focus on what I got to do. Like I don't have time for like be a part of like drama, the bullshit going on within like groups or like friend groups. Like I don't have time for that. Like I'm 21 years old, bro. Like I'm trying to focus on my career, bro. Like I want to get into podcasting. I want to get into the media more. Like I'm trying to focus on like what's gonna benefit me in the long run. I don't have time to like waste my time with like this petty shit about like who, like she cheated on like this guy, like he cheated on this girl, like she's like, I mean, he's like, acting like a bitch, like he's going crazy, like or she's like, going wild. Like I don't have time for that, bro. Like I don't have time for like deal with like the bullshit within like different like friend groups or like different like groups in general, like in school, whether it's high school or college. Because me, like, I sometimes like I'm grateful that I was like introverted because I mostly stayed out of like a lot of like groups. I had like a very small circle of friends, like maybe like two or three friends, and I just kept that circle as small as I could because I don't like being a part of like big circles because one, there's too many egos in a big circle. Two, there's too many like drama. There's too much shit going on like drama. He said like she said like top drama, and three, like there's too much toxicity and there's too much like jealousy within like a large friend group.
You're right, and like that's so true. Like you don't need like 10. Like a lot of people like to have like really a lot of like everyone in their business and stuff. Sometimes really all you need is two or three really good people, or just one even. Um,
Or even like six or seven. Like that's not even a big friend group. That's like pretty small. It's better than having like 20 to 30 friends that they if you have like 20, 30, 40, 50, you don't really have friends for you.
no, hell no.
You just know have people you know.
Yeah, it's always quality over quantity. Like it's
Absolutely.
yeah. You could have a good amount of friends going up to like the 10 I said, but like is it the quality that you want in your friends? Um, the more people you add, like you know, the more you risk, dropping like how real is this person? How authentic is this person to themselves and to others? Will they be radiating bad energy, good energy? Like what like those people are really real, authentic, true people who radiate positive energy and are focused on self improvement and building themselves and others. Those are kind of rare, and so it's kind of like
Absolutely.
you kind of have to watch your friend, your circle, who is around you, because your circle is who you become, and
Yeah,
it's
your circle definitely plays a part in like, your growth as a person. You're absolutely right. Like a lot of things will factor into like, your growth as a person, like having a good circle of friends, having a good support system, having a good like, having good like morals and values and having a good like, mindset. Those will play a huge role in like your growth as a person.
mhm.
with me, like I've always been a naturally like good person. I've always had like a great personality. Like with people, I just didn't know how to express it the right way. In middle school, like I sort of knew, but like you in middle school, you're still a kid. Like you're just like having fun. You don't really take life seriously like that. Like,
Yeah.
but high school though, you can't really be yourself for real. Like high school, like shit, shit gets real. Like shit gets real in high school. Like you can't really be yourself. You can be yourself to a certain extent, but you can't really be yourself 100%.
And with high school versus like going from elementary, I went through a K through 12 school, so I went from kindergarten, 12th grade, same school. Um, and you really see like the shift in how like things are socially, how people act, what they do, um, and it's so strange. I've always thought about that a lot. Like, what is like because we're all going through like chemical change in our body. Is that the only thing that really causes all these like shifts in our and the way we talk to each other, the way we act, what we do? Um, and I always try to be myself whenever possible. Um, Sometimes I always wanted to just sit in my room, play a couple of like video games, just chill. Um, Sometimes I had to realize like, hey, that isn't like always doing that all the time isn't a healthy habit.
Absolutely,
And so I realized I had to step outside my comfort zone. Because outside the comfort zone is where you really grow. Like, um,
absolutely. You're
and
right.
I want to be something. I want to be something one day. I realize, people around me, a lot of them, my father would say, are going to be dead and in jail. Like my dad, don't be like them. So I had to grow. I had to be better, and I had to step outside my comfort zone, um, and grow myself as a person, self improve, realize, hey, you're going on this path. You should be going on this path and move on.
E- Exactly. Your father is 100% right. Like getting out of your comfort zone. People don't know. Like that's a very very difficult thing to do. Like when you're younger, but as you get older, it becomes like easier because doing the things you're used to do isn't always gonna work out in the long run. Sometimes you gotta like make yourself a little bit uncomfortable and like suffer a little bit like personally and just like grow as a person from there. Like for me, my comfort zone was always like being relaxed, like being in like my own world and just like being in my own comfort zone. Like say I was like you, like I used to play video games a lot. I used to like eat junk a lot, and I used to like do all a lot of like bad habits a lot. Yeah, but yeah, sorry, that was just a little disturbance. Sorry,
Yeah.
everybody. All right, but yeah, like growing up, I used to do like a lot of bad habits, like eat junk, play video games too much. Like just the wrong things. Like I was as a kid, I was a little bit like too comfortable because like I never knew hard work. I never knew discipline. Like growing up, like around 19 to 20, that's when I actually like I have to like set a boundary here. Like I have to like set a real like boundary here. Like I just can't be living comfortable like forever. I gotta actually like set real boundaries here. Like I gotta like set goals myself. Like I started like working out more. Like I started taking the gym serious. Like now in my 20s, like I go. Some days I'll work in the gym like twice a day, or most times I even work out once a day. Like if you do like my workouts usually consist of like doing a very like intense hour, whether it's just like pull down workouts or just like stretches or just like cardio workouts, like whatever is gonna like get me sweating and get like my blood pumping, like I'm gonna do it.
Mm, yeah. Okay, so several things. Um, One, I'd say to the first part of what you said, I think once you're outside your comfort zone, for a good minute, you know, it starts to become your new comfort zone. That's that zone of improvement and self growth. Like you progressively overload life. Like you become um, more adapted to because improving yourself and becoming better and everything. Just like how like when everyone starts the gym at first, it's hard. Like but then eventually it starts to become you know easier and easier. Like the same weight, it becomes way easier to move and everything.
Exactly, exactly. I'm not much of a weightlifter, so like I wouldn't know. But there was a time like last year, like I lifted weights, like it was not that much, like it was just 50 pounds. And like you said, when I did that every day, just became like so easy.
But you could say the same thing for running. No, you first time running like a mile, it could be really hard for a lot of people. But then eventually, over time, it might become easier and easier.
Yeah. But with me, like I have experience because I did track and field in like, middle school, high school. So I have experience with running like, from doing those sports. And I also did like soccer where we ran like 7 laps on the field every day just as warm ups.
Yeah. So yeah, my fault. You like different. But I remember when I was doing cross country, I never ran like seriously before that, and so like I commit myself hard to training for it. I was uncomfortable a lot of days. I was sweaty. I was tired. My legs hurt. I wanted to give up. And next day I'd show up. I'd run again.
That's good.
And eventually I started to really enjoy it. I started to run longer distances, easier, and I was put myself into an uncomfortable situation. I got my comfort zone, and I adapted, and I became my new comfort zone. Where I just ran.
That's good, man. That's good. Like I'm in the same boat as you. Like gym, when I started doing the gym like consistently every single day, which turned into weeks, which turned into months, I became great at it. Like when I first started doing the gym like 2 or 3 years ago, like it sucked. Like I'm not gonna lie, like it was ass. Like going to the gym was ass. Like my body like felt like shit. Like after every workout, my arms felt like sore. My back felt like it was about to break, and then even like my legs. I mean, I didn't really do much leg workouts, but I did like mostly upper body workouts, and like I just felt my body just felt like crap, bro. Like, but then when I started consistently doing that every single day, it became easier. It became easier. It became fun. It became exciting. Like just to test myself, just challenge myself like every day. Same thing with running, man. Like running the treadmill. Like I always thought running on treadmill was boring, but it's actually hella fun. Like I've been running on treadmill the past like couple of months now, and in my apartment, like in Dallas, I started running 20 minutes. Then when I felt like 20 minutes was becoming too easy, pushed it to 25 minutes. I'm still on 25 minutes right now, but I'm going to push it to 30.
Okay. Oh, yeah. You see, like just little improvements.
Yeah,
Like I'm trying to um do that same principle outside of the gym. Not only improving my body but improve my mind. I think that's the most important part for me.
yeah,
Um, I want to develop my public speaking skills. I never liked public speaking. I tried with my debate team, my moot court. Um, I stutter a lot whenever I speak to crowds, and
it happens.
you know, I want to continue to put myself in an environment where hey, I have to speak in a crowd. I have to make eye contact with the group. I have to speak clearly, confidently, um, and do that so often. Eventually, like I stop stuttering. I can make really great speeches. Um, I have to keep putting myself in that uncomfortable environment to the point where I'm just comfortable in it. And now, same thing with my academics. I just want to continue to progressively overload. And build upon myself until I reach a point where I'm really well balanced and skillful in whatever I do.
Yeah, man, like it happens. Like I was not much of a public speaker myself. I struggle with speaking in front of crowds. Like, bro, if I could barely even talk to 3 people as a kid, like how the hell am I going to talk to 40 people in a stand?
Hmm.
Like, just how the hell am I going to do that?
Yeah, you know.
But like you said about like the gym and running, the more you do it, the better you're gonna become. So you just gotta like practice at the little things.
Hmm.
Say like if you want to become a good public speaker, try doing one-on-one talks or like 2v2 talks. Like try with those like little type of talks like 2v2, like you and a friend talks, you're gonna talk with like two other friends. Just see like what you can do, like just see like how like your confidence is like talking to those people. And if your confidence like becomes better like after talking with like two friends, well, three friends, like at that point try moving on to like you know 4v4, well, four people, five people, six people, seven, like the numbers will keep growing.
Mm-hmm.
So just do the little things and you're gonna like improve like with time.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You know, it's just a principle of life. We as children, like as babies, we're born. We don't know anything. We don't have any skills. Eventually, like we start to hear words. We learn like basic words. You know, then we start to develop like other verbs and nouns. We learn languages. Um, from nothing basically. Um, and we go to school. We learn maths. We learn all kinds of things. First grade, you pass it. You go on to second grade, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Everything you just build upon what you already know, and you continue to go into a harder environment until like university, graduate school, and just life. Everything in life, you just have to take what you already have and self improve, build upon it,
Yeah.
and that's how you succeed. You become a constant student of life.
Yeah, you're making like very, very great points. Like you gotta take the little things and improve upon them like for yourself.
Hmm.
Like I said about life, I'm in my 20s. I don't know shit about life yet. Like I'm still learning. I'm learning like, the bullshit side of life, but that's what happens like when you're in your 20s. Like you gotta go through some shit like and you gotta like, learn from it. Like even now, like the bullshit has calmed down. Like I'm not experiencing it as much as I did like when I was younger. I'm still going to experience some like toxic groups. Well, not toxic groups, like toxic people, like in workspaces. But I'm cool with it. Like it ain't gonna affect me. Like it ain't gonna do nothing to me. Like
Yeah, it's just a fact of life,
yeah,
and anywhere you go, like you'll just see people like that, and it's always you just have to take experience or hey, I met a person like this before, and I know I learned what works with them, um, what doesn't work with them, how I can avoid or maneuver around them, how I can tackle them, and like I said before, that you have to sometimes you have to cut off toxicity. If you can't cut it off, then sometimes you gotta fight.
yeah,
It's a flight or flight response. It's danger. You either flight, separate yourself, remove yourself or the person, or you fight. You stand up and be authentic to yourself and what you believe in and what you want to do.
yeah. I got you. I got you. Like that's what I'm gonna do. Like the sad part is you're gonna like meet toxic people like everywhere, like in work, sometimes in family, sometimes with friends. But friends you can just cut off. But family, it depends. Like if their toxicity levels like reaches like a critical like point,
Hmm.
you gotta cut them off.
Yeah, absolutely.
But workspace, you gotta stand on your shit. Like you gotta like fight for yourself.
I always say it's um, like family is family, right? But there comes a certain point where I think, really you have to have a higher tolerance level for family because that's your family, that's your blood, and um, but at the same time, I think the family you choose is the most important family that you could ever have
But yeah,
because
the family you definitely choose is gonna be the most important.
I choose whether my father, my mother, my siblings, anything. I love them. I met them because they're my blood, and I understand them. And I have some type of respect and love for them because of my blood. But I constantly choose them as my family. I choose to be surround myself with them and choose to have them in my life because I love them, independently of just being blood. Um, you know, with people I meet along life, my future wife, everything. I choose that. I choose my friends and everything. I choose the people who are in my family. You know, if just because I'm blood related to somebody doesn't mean I can allow them to mistreat me, be toxic, spread negativity, hold me down, or stop me from becoming my best self. Like I won't allow that for anybody. Um, and so
Absolutely. And what you said before, man, like I'm gonna say that shit again. Like toxic people, bro. I ain't never gonna let toxic people like run my life.
yeah.
That
Amen,
sure as hell ain't gonna happen.
amen. Like it's I really since I've gotten here, back home on St. Thomas, little St. Thomas, there's a whole lot of space. There's a whole lot of people though. Um, so sometimes there's toxic people. You can't really avoid them.
Yeah.
Um, Up here in the states, it's bigger. There's a lot more people. Life, culture, and life is different. You know, it's so much easier. I realize, life you just have to realize what you want and you can go achieve it. You don't have to. You can cut off so much dead weight. I don't mean to call people dead weight, but you can
No, no,
realize.
they are dead weight. Come on. That,
But
don't be nice about it. Like
no, yeah,
toxic people are dead weight.
and you know, you can realize. I just think putting myself in a new environment has made me realize so much about myself. Um, and I've this since I've gotten here, it's been a whole unique experience. And I want to experience that again. I might move somewhere. Once I graduate, I might move somewhere else, like completely different from here. Um,
I don't
just a,
blame you.
just a, well, yeah, but just experience that new environment. I think I'll learn more about myself, um, and become a better. I think I become better if I just continue to put myself in different environments where I have to constantly adapt and learn and grow, and meet new people and experience new things. Um, and I think those new experiences that make you, um, the energy those experiences give you, what you learn from them, um, and I become a better person everywhere I go. That's why I want to travel the world. Like I think I'll become such a better person if I do that. I learn and grow.
That's good, man. That's great. Like it's good to improve. It's good to become a better person. Like learning through like stuff that you've dealt with in the past. Toxic people, toxic family, toxic workers. Well, you don't learn that toxic workers is something you're gonna deal with in like your early adulthood, but just anything that's gonna be an obstacle, like you gotta like go through it. You gotta learn from it, and you gotta like find ways to like get better, sharpen yourself, and improve as a person. Like with me, I had I had a lot of like I had a lot of like ops like as a kid. I didn't even do shit wrong. Like I was just minding my own business, but I always like had ops. Like when you have like just those people that just be hating for no reason.
Yeah,
I had that shit a lot as a kid.
I hate that.
Yeah,
Like
I hate that shit too, bro.
people unironically like hate on you for nothing. Because
It's some bullshit, bro. It's some bullshit, but it is what it is.
I think people who really hate on you for no reason, like without even joking, like dead serious, I think it's because like they realize they won't be on your level, or they're not on your level yet. Like,
I wasn't even shit in high school. Like, what you mean on the level? Like, I,
bro,
I wasn't even. I
I
wasn't.
think I think hating it on itself, like just dead serious, like hating, I think that puts people on like a lower level than you. Like you just,
Yeah,
it puts them. They're trying to bring you down to their level. Like, oh, bro, your outfit is garbage, bro. Like why do you care? Why are you so obsessed with my outfit?
yeah,
Oh, like, oh, your business is never gonna succeed or whatever, and like they don't know anything about you. Like, no one really knows you. I realize that too. No one really knows you except you.
exactly.
Like, I would, I sound bad. I don't even think my own parents really know like who I am. I don't think any of my friends know who like I really am inside. I
Yeah,
think the only person who really understands me is like God and myself.
exactly.
Um, and I'm working to try and like communicate my ideas, my thoughts, my feelings.
Yeah,
Um, which is one aspect where I want to learn to be a better public speaker. You know, because I have thoughts and feelings. I'm an individual person, and I independently think and I'm authentic to myself. Um, but it's just communicating that, you know, I have to be authentic to myself. Um, I also want to be authentic to the world around me. So yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, man, like you're right, man. You gonna have people that just hate for no reason. Like me, like I'm not downgrading myself, like, but there was really nothing to hate on about me. Like I'm quiet, like I'm just like, keeping to myself. I'm just doing my own thing. Like I ain't like bothering nobody. Although like I had like some goofy ass tendencies as a kid.
well,
Like
don't
what
we all? We're children. Like
no, like what I mean by that is like I was like unrealistically goofy as a kid. Like I always be doing some like dumb shit to just get attention, like just fucking around, just getting attention. Like I'm not a drama queen, but I just want to make people laugh. I just want to like put a smile on people's face. But as I got older, like I just cut that shit out. Like I still crack a joke from here to there, like sometimes, but I ain't trying too hard to be funny. Like
yeah, I think a lot of people are like that as kids. We try and like, you know, make people laugh. Have fun. Which
yeah,
kids, like just have fun. Like it's
yeah,
not that
just have
serious.
fun.
Life ain't that serious yet, man. Just like
Yeah, just have fun, fuck around, and just like enjoy life. Like enjoy your time with your people.
hmm And I say life is not that serious. I don't think life is ever that serious where you can't have fun. Like just unless like unless someone is radiating bad energy on you, there's no reason like you shouldn't be like enjoying yourself. Life is short. We shouldn't be wasting time going back and forth about you know drama gossip unless that's your thing. I don't know. Maybe you enjoy that. Maybe that's your
Hell no.
thing. But like with me,
Hell no.
I enjoy, exploring, trying new things, hanging out with friends, um, building myself, learning more, you know, um, just having fun. Life is too short to be sitting in negativity and just, doing nothing. Like,
Yeah,
we get like we don't have that long,
yeah.
Life is like
Life is too short to waste.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And about that part about like enjoying like, toxicity and gossip, I'm gonna make it clear. I hate that shit to the very vein of an existence of my body. I hate that shit to the very existence of my sanity. But some people like they enjoy that. They enjoy that shit. They enjoy that like attention seeking shit. Like I don't know how the fuck you enjoy like having a boyfriend that consistently shits on you and cheats on you with like so many like girls like in his neighborhood. Like I don't know how you be able to stick with that man. Like there's some girls that will like write it out with like the dudes they've been like dating for a minute, but at a certain point in time, you got, like I said, like early on in this conversation, you got to have some level of self respect for yourself.
With those type of situations, um, I really don't understand how it works. Why some people are so infatuated with others. Um,
I truly do
over
not.
who really don't like care for them, or they don't really even seem like good people or anything. Um, I think it really is like a self worth issue. Like it's not even like the person. I think like you know, I don't know. They're just like you have like low self esteem or low opinion of yourself that you seek like validation from someone who isn't gonna give it to you. And you sometimes you just have to give yourself you have to give yourself your own love. Like
Oh yeah,
and that
absolutely.
self love is re- cutting like I keep saying like you just gotta cut off negativity because
Yeah,
it's gonna consume you and it's gonna make you look dumb. Like
exactly. I mean, you got. I've seen people that don't even have that much, like friends in their group, and they're probably the ones that end up succeeding, like in life.
100%. You know,
The
people.
one, yeah. Like keep talking.
No, sorry, but people who really like focus on themselves, growing themselves, especially really early on, if you can, have close, trusted friends who they can really rely on. That's people who succeed in life everywhere. Like you're not gonna get anywhere in life, just by accidentally just laying around, you know, having this person who always talking trash, another person who's like, they could leave you on the side of the road like without caring. Like No, you gotta have people who willing to, go to hell and back with you. Um, you have to be focused out completely on your mission. You're not gonna get there by accident. You're gonna get there by hard work, effort, doing what it takes.
That's great. That's some good shit, man. That's some good shit. But yeah, like you gotta be willing to bust your ass in like whatever you're doing, like, to get far in life. With me, I'm going to work hard in this shit, man. Like I am going to bust my ass to like, stand out with like, some of the best podcasters. Like maybe not now, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not like, in a few months or even like a few years, but in time. Eventually I'll get to that level. Eventually. But I'm going to keep grinding. I'm going to keep working. I'm going to keep like, staying committed to the process. I'm going to like, do whatever I can to like, make this shit strong and like, make it last.
Amen to that, bro.
Mhm.
I'm gonna do the same. Like I'm focused on making my community a better place. I'm gonna learn all I can, do what I can, and you know stay true to the process. Stay true to myself, communicate, and self improve everywhere I can.
Self-improvement. Well, that's it for today's episode with Talks with Tobes. Thank you for listening and thank you for like tuning in. Have a good day.